Welcome, friends. I'm Zubin Shore. I'm the Activities Secretary for the International Sufi Movement Universal Worship. I'm here this evening with Pir Nawab Pasnak and two other panel members, Darafshan Anda, the Secretary of the Brotherhood and Sisterhood activity of the Sufi movement since 2018. Darafshan lives in Quito in Ecuador, a city surrounded by mountains and soon to become one home for Sufism in South America. Sabura Allen is involved in the international Sufi movement in Australia and the US. She has been an initiate for over 30 years and a Shirag for 15. She lives with her US family in Eugene, Oregon, where she is a member of the local Inter-Order Council. This evening, we are here with a program to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Universal Worship. We will have short videos of the views of three spiritual leaders, Padre Jorge Julio Maya from Colombia, Reverend Helen Summers, OAM from Australia, and Rabbi Gabriel Agai from France. After that, there'll be a time of comments and questions. And then we'll go to the second section of our evening, which will be the views of young people who have grown up in the universal worship. And once again, we'll have a period of comments and questions after that and some closing comments. Thank you for your attendance. Now, I'd like to make a few comments on the universal worship. We often heard in our training that it was more than the sum of its parts. I think tonight is a very good time to remember that it came as a revelation to Murshid. It came as a way to rise above the distinctions and differences among human beings on the planet. And in the 100 years since it came, it has traveled to all countries and touched so many hearts, brought so much light, and it's very inspiring to think what the future will hold. Murshid talked about what prayer brought through each tradition, what the Hindu prayers brought, what the Buddhist prayers brought, what the prayers of all the traditions brought, and that they brought health and happiness to the communities to which they came. That was their purpose. He tells us that the prayers Saum, Salat, and Khatum, as used in the universal worship, are to bring us nearer to God. He also talks about the messengers and the scriptures that we read from the messengers. He says they might appear very simple, but in fact, contemplation on a simple message can reveal a mountain of truth. And the third thing I'd like to talk about from Murshid's message is he talks about exactly what it is that is the offering of this revelation. He says to look for God in the heart of every person, in our own hearts and in the heart of all who come before us. And this is the religion of the future. I think these three things are very important to our exploration this evening. So, as you saw, we have invited three spiritual leaders to speak to us. We are very grateful to the speakers who have been generous in sharing the depth of their views with us and offering insights from their work in the communities.